How does Bloody Sunday fit into 20th-century Irish history? How does Bloody Sunday fit into 20th-century Irish history? This question takes us back to January 30, 1972, in Londonderry, which is also known as Derry. On that day, a peaceful civil rights march took place, organized by the Northern Ireland Civil Rights Association and the Social Democratic and Labour Party. The march aimed to protest against the British government's policy of internment without trial. This policy targeted individuals suspected of being part of the Irish Republican Army, often without any evidence. The march attracted between 10,000 and 15,000 participants, primarily from the Catholic community. They intended to reach the Guildhall in Derry city centre. However, British Army forces blocked their route. The marchers were redirected toward Free Derry Corner in the Bogside neighborhood. As tensions rose, some demonstrators began throwing stones at the soldiers. The British troops initially responded with non-lethal methods, including water cannons and rubber bullets. Unfortunately, the situation escalated quickly. Soldiers from the 1st Battalion, Parachute Regiment, opened fire with live ammunition. 13 unarmed civilians were killed on the spot, and many others were injured. A 14th victim later died from injuries sustained that day. Investigations confirmed that none of the victims posed a threat to the soldiers. Bloody Sunday had a lasting impact on the Troubles, a conflict that spanned from the late 1960s to the late 1990s. This tragic event intensified nationalist resentment toward British rule. It also significantly increased support for the Irish Republican Army, which advocated for armed resistance against the British presence in Northern Ireland. The event deepened the divide between communities and led to a cycle of retaliation and further violence. For those visiting Ireland, especially Northern Ireland, understanding Bloody Sunday is essential. Sites like Free Derry Corner and the Bloody Sunday Memorial serve as reminders of this tragic event and its legacy. Museums and guided tours in the area often discuss the Troubles, providing context to the complex history of Northern Ireland's struggle for civil rights and peace. In the broader scope of 20th-century Irish history, Bloody Sunday stands as a defining moment during the Troubles. It highlighted the deep political and sectarian divisions in Northern Ireland. While it marked a turning point that intensified conflict, it also contributed to the peace process that emerged decades later. Engaging with the historical sites and narratives surrounding Bloody Sunday can offer travelers a deeper appreciation of this turbulent period in Irish history.